It's 8 o'clock. It's time for us to get started. So there's a few things that we wanted to talk about tonight and things that are going to be really, really important for everyone. But the first thing that Simon said we wanted to talk about, and I absolutely agree with him, is talking about when we're getting these new people started and when we're getting them going, we need to get people making money as fast as possible. And we seem to be getting some people who have been launched in the business, but once they're launched, they're not getting into trading straight away. Simon, give us your thoughts on it.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just watching the comments on my new prospect that I'm trying to hook in. Yeah, I mean, I'm a great believer that you don't want to pile people in, yet at the bottom end, people are dropping out, because there's no point in going through a hopper. What we need to do is we need to recruit people and we need to give them a reason to stay locked in. We need to get lifers to join the business. And the way we get lifers to join, if we was involved in whether it be pills, potions or lotion, then people would be using the pills every single day. And guess what? They wouldn't get a benefit for about a year or about 6 months or whatever. With us, they get a better benefit, or they can get a benefit in the first day. That's the significance. But what we need to do, I mean, me and Roger, we use the products every single day. And that's where we make money every single day. And that's why, I mean, we're locked in anyway, but we're building organizations. So I think we're building bigger organizations than we are trading. But if people actually make money and not enough to pay their subscription, but if they do, then happy days. But the idea is if you've ever seen Roger's compound calculator explanation, the video, if that doesn't blow your brains out, you need putting down. I need to get you into a veterinarian. Because I tell you now, anyone that looks at that turns around and says, okay, I can put in £250, and that's going to be worth millions at the end of it in like 3, 4, 5 years' time. If you can't see that, then you need your bumps filled. You really do. And this is hard fact. So now really what we would like to do is to show you and explain to you the products that we use. Wave your hand, put your camera on and wave your hand if you'd like us to do that. Okay, 2 of you do. Okay, good. Right, okay. Which one should we tell them first, Roger?
Well, let's talk about Simranjeet's trades. You're a big fan of Simranjeet's trades. Simranjeet's trades do well for us.
Yeah.
Providing you do it the right way.
Yeah.
Not necessarily your way. Simranjeet's
That's because I cheat the system and it's not teachable.
Simranjeet's trades work really well for me. But the one thing that I do, and I've taught this, and there are videos in the winnercircle.group that will show you how I do it. I do not place Simranjeet stop losses because Simranjeet, first of all, doesn't send those trades out. Simranjeet's the interpreter. Okay, there's someone else that does the trades for her, but the guy that does the trades is in favor of really deep stop losses. Now, if any of you guys have done DeLorean, you know that Tyrone is definitely not in favor of deep stop losses. More importantly, what Tyrone, Patrick, and Abel are all more committed to is that connection, that ratio between your stop loss and the win. It's the risk to reward factor. Now, Simranjeet is often risking more than the potential reward, so I won't do that. So when I get Simranjeet's trades, I look at the trade, I have a quick click at the charts and have a look at it and decide whether I like the trade and whether I trust the trade. And if I do, then I rewrite the stop loss. And what I do is I look at TP2, usually TP1, that she's always got about 10 pips on TP1. And if I put my stop loss at 5 pips, the chances are I'll hit it really fast and be out of it. So I always look for TP2. TP2 is usually somewhere between 15 and 25 pips. So I will set my stop loss at half the number of pips that she's got as TP2. Okay. So if she's got 25 pips, I'm going to set my stop loss at 12 pips. That gives me a reasonable look at it. Nick says, what's your criteria for looking at whether I like her trade, whether I trust the trade? When I look at it, Nick, I automatically go to Trading View, and I've got my Trading View set up the way Patrick tells us to set it up for DeLorean. So it's got the 5 EMAs on it. And I just look at the trade through the DeLorean lens, if you like. And if it fits a trade, I'll take it. And if it doesn't, I won't take it. So I'm looking at it as if I'm seeing it on a DeLorean chart. But if I take it, then I'm just going to go with half of TP2 for my stop loss, so 12 pips. And I'll place my TP2. And I might actually place TP3, but be ready to come out at TP2 if I want to. But that works for me. And I've said this on a number of times. I've done it on a number of trainings, and I've done videos on all of them. So if you need to know how to do it, if you don't know where to find the video, reach out to me after this, and I'll send you to the video, and you can see exactly how I do it, and I show you how I work those out and everything else. So that's Simranjeet's trades. Simon, what else do you use?
Before you go any further, for easiness, would it be easier if you actually copied the link and put it in the Phoenix group?
Would be, but I don't have it.
Save you
right
being
now.
bombarded with everybody.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, I'll put the link to the I'm
talking about tomorrow or whatever.
I'll put the link to the video in the Phoenix group afterwards.
I'm just thinking of saving you a bit of time.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Okay, so Simranjeet is on Pip Talk. Now, what you need to do is you need to make sure that you set your phone up so that if you get an alert on Pip Talk, it comes straight through to your phone. Then you can see it no matter if you're out, about, or whatever. And you can put it on straight away. And then also on Pip Talk, you've got the vibrator alerts. Sorry, I keep saying vibrator. It's pronounced.
I will track mine.
Sorry, let's go back. Can I rewind? Rewind. Yeah.
This is not playtime.
Okay. Yeah. Vibrator. There you go. Yeah. So there's ones on there which are other trades, which are Forex trades that you can do. So basically, it gives you all the alerts that you can get. So the benefit is that you need to be aware when these alerts come in. I constantly look at my phone, I reckon every 30 seconds of the day. Yeah. Now, the other trade that I use, and I think Roger does as well, is swipe trades, yes, which I found really successful. And again, swipe trades, but with those ones, when they come in, you've got to be quite fast. If you leave them, and again, you need to set them up on your phone, but if you leave them for whether it be half an hour or 20 minutes or whatever, forget them. It's a now process to actually get in trade and do it and everything else. But it's nice when you actually put a trade on and you put the take profit. You go to bed thinking, oh, I'm losing a bit of money with that. You wake up in the morning and think, whoopee, I've just made a few hundred. That is so good. And that really excites me. But again, with swipe trades, you need to get that set up so you get the alerts on your phone. Roger, would you say there's a special technique of the buttons that you got to push to get it actually on your mobile?
Well, swipe trades is a separate app. So first things first,
yeah.
Swipe trades is a different app that comes from either Google Play Store or App Store. And if you haven't seen it, see if, oops, move that across. How well can you see that? Can you see that there?
Yeah, see that?
That's the logo that you're looking for, guys. So have a look in Play Store or whatever. If you're on the Elite Pack, then it's part of your package, so you're paying for it anyway. If you're not on the Elite Pack, it is an add-on. It's a $22 add-on, but well and truly worth $22. I've made way more than that just in one trade. So well worth having. And again, just make sure once you've actually put the app on, make sure that you have notifications coming through, both for IM Academy app and for Swipe Trades. Make sure that you have notifications coming through, just so you actually hear your phone beep when they come through. Whether you have it set on beep or vibrate, something like the vibrate, obviously, then you've got those coming through. So with between Vibrata, between Simranjeet's trades and Swipe Trades, we have enough signals coming through on a day-to-day basis. Now, at the moment, those signals are quiet because the markets are quiet. And we told you all along when we said we were going to start calling trades out, we're only going to send trades out that we are happy with and we're happy to take. And I have done so few trades in the last 3 weeks. This last month, I've made £723. I usually make that close on that in a week. I've only made that much in a month because I haven't taken that many trades because the markets are flat. Having said that, we do have.
Look me out, then I'm back in.
Yeah, we nearly didn't have, but we do have Vector Games. Tyrone threw a little paddy this morning. Tyrone said he wasn't going to play, but then he decided he is going to play. Vector Games is really simple. It's just a question of get on there and listen to what he has to say. Whatever you do, don't go into his Facebook group and complain to him because he'll throw another little paddy again. But with Vector Games, he's telling you everything to do. He's saying, I'm buying this. And then the trade goes against him and he says, I'm switching, in which case you click it, you close it and sell it instead. And he just guides you through it. He's watching those charts with you. You can know absolutely nothing about trading, but Vector Games will give you something. The only trades that I've placed this week have been on Vector Games, which is bad because I lost a couple this morning. But I'll still come out in front by the end of the week. That's the important thing. And it's just simple. That's all there is to it. You need to be using all of these things. You see, this is the thing. What we're talking about, a lot of you guys know how to trade, so you don't have to do it. And because you know how to trade, you think, yeah, I don't need that. I'll just watch the charts myself. We're not talking about you. We're talking about your new people. Because when you bring your new people on, you need them to get them winning trades as fast as possible. Just think when you came into this business the first time and you placed your first trade and your first trade won. How did you feel when you had that first winning trade? And it happened in like a heartbeat. It took no time at all. And you won £2 and you're jumping through hoops. And now you see another trade and you're sort of 6 months in and you win £40 and you think that's another one and you're happy about it. You're not excited about it. You were jumping through hoops for £2 a few months ago. You want your new people jumping through hoops. You want your new people excited, because when your new people are excited, they go and talk to other people about it. They turn around and they show people the phone and they say, well, look, I made £2. It took like a minute. They get excited about it. That's what we need. We need excitement back into this. Would you agree that we've got some excitement back into this group in the last week?
100%.
Simon, you do your nodding bit. Nodding, no, yes, no, all that. Feedback,
100%.
guys, really.
I'm saying.
I know you are. But
my lips are speaking.
But we need it coming from everybody else. Yeah, there is a lot of excitement in the group, and that's because in the last week, in fact, in the last 3 days, you've put 150 people in front of us, and we've been signing people up because you've put 150 people in front of us. We need to keep that level of excitement up. If you keep that level of excitement up, every one of you can rank advance before the end of this month. Every one of you. And it's not because I'm doing
My
a exciting presentation. It's because you guys are doing great testimonials. That's all that's doing it. It's nothing to do with my presentation. My presentation is just an introduction and an exit. But your stories are what are selling it. And they're selling it brilliantly. So thank you for that. And all of you guys that are giving us testimonials on a regular basis, I can't tell you how much I appreciate you. And all of you guys who aren't giving us a story on a regular basis, come on, help out. I mean, really, at 7:10 tonight, I was still asking for testimonials. You know, these stories are powerful. Bring new people in, get them on Vector Games, get them. If we have to have people watching you guys doing your live trading sessions, if we have to have them watching DeLorean, watching Patrick, watching whatever, let's get them having some success in their first, ideally in their first day, but definitely in their first week. Let's have them making money, because if they're making money, they will tell their friends about it. And when they tell their friends about it, your businesses will grow. That's what it's all about. And ultimately, as far as we're concerned, obviously, Simon and we want our business to grow, but our business only grows when we help you to help your business grow. Simon, what you like is?
What I look to do is I look to get at least one prospect on per Zoom per day. If I can get 2, 3, or 4, 5, 6, great. Why? Because I'd like to sponsor 2 people a week. I'm not happy unless I'm sponsoring 2 people a week. So if you had that attitude and if you had that system, which I think we've now created the system, use and abuse it. You have to use and abuse it. We got great training from Brandon and Joe Gomez, and we got the system all through on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Now, it's great that we do our meetings at 7:30. So that means we can always fit in the trainings after the Zoom. So we know we're by the computer. So guys, you need to basically step up, share your story. And if, to make it easier for Roger, because I tell you now, it's a bloody nightmare for Roger. And he's the one that gets all the stories and all the people and everything else. But if you know you've got Mary in your team that made 20 quid trading in one day, turn around and say to Mary, let's make you a superstar. Get your testimonial on the Zoom. Speak to Roger. Get Mary to message Roger in the Phoenix group. And then Roger can reach out to her. Can we all understand that? Can we all put our thumbs up? Yay!
Not sure we could understand it. Not sure who you're breaking the teeth in for then, but
yeah. So anyway, everyone needs to participate and help out. Otherwise, it's just going to be.
So let's talk about something else. Let's talk about accounts when people come on, and because I want to talk about this idea of getting people to have success. We want people on a demo account when they get started, because there's no 2 ways about it. You know as well as I do, when people get started, they're going to press the wrong button. If they're trading Forex, they'll get their lot size wrong. They'll do crazy things. And when they make mistakes, they lose money. So we want people on a demo account in the first instance. That way, they don't get disheartened because they lose money. But what we need them to understand is when they win, I still hear it from people who've been in this business for months. And we say, how are you doing? They go, oh, I'm only on a demo account. It doesn't matter if you're on a demo account. If you're winning on a demo account, you're doing exactly the same job as someone who's winning on a live account. You're going through exactly the same process. You're winning. And it's your skills as you're understanding it and as you're learning it that is getting you to win it. So don't be apologetic when you talk to your prospects and think, I can't tell them about this because it's only a demo account. It's real effort. It's real reward. It's a real result. It's just not real money. You can't go and spend it. So don't order the Ferrari yet. but it is real. So be proud of what you've done and share it as if you're proud of what you've done. So if you're brand new and you go your first day and you go on Vector Games and you follow Tyrone and you press buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, and then Tyrone says, right, close now in profit, and you close it and you make £30, your new prospect can say, I was just watching this guy for an hour, this one, I made 30 quid. And you can actually show the results on an app. That's exciting to people. That's what we need to keep going with people. So if you're trading on a demo, do not make apologies for it to anyone. Don't make apologies to me and Simon about it or anybody else, because what you are doing is every bit as valid as someone who's putting real money into it right now and running with real money. Yeah. The difference may be that your confidence level might not be there yet, but the more you try and more results you get, the more confident you'll have to put real money in. So it's still part of your training, it's still part of your learning, and it's an essential part of what you're doing. And that goes back to what Simon said about us using the products every single day. That's why we use so many different diverse products, because we believe in the products, but we can only believe in the products if we use them. So I think really important that everyone does that. But when, if you then turn around and I say I asked for testimonials, don't say I can't give you a testimonial because I'm only on a demo account. You can give a testimonial because you've done exactly what's required to get a result, and you can share that result. There's nothing wrong with that. So let's talk about testimonials now. Simon just said about actually putting testimonials in, but guys, I had a prospect on last night's call, and I spoke to him this morning. Loved the call, by the way. So thank you for your stories, because he loved your stories. Yeah, your stories were what inspired him. But he gave me the best idea for a testimonial that I've seen for ages, because when I was talking to him, I said, well, the important thing is, you can see people making, £50 a week, £100 a week, £150 a week. He said, £150 a week is incredible. He said, if I get £150 a week, that's my mortgage paid. He said, if I get 300 a month, that's my Land Rover paid for. And if I get 600 a month, that's my house paid for. And I thought, why aren't we delivering our testimonials in those terms? How many people make enough money to cover the payments on the car? How many people make enough money to cover the payments on their mortgage? And how much more powerful does it think to say, I've been doing this for 6 months and I make enough to cover the payments on my car every single month? Or I make enough money to cover the payments on my mortgage every single month. You're as old as Simon and I, then the mortgages are smaller. So, if you make enough to cover the mortgage payments, if you've got a prospect watching and the prospect's thinking, I'm on a furlough, I'm on a reduced income, whatever it may be, and there's a way here that I can spend 20 minutes a day and make enough money to cover my mortgage. Would that sound like an exciting story? It's how you say things. Packaging your story is all important. And this weekend, when I'm going to come on to this weekend's training, but when we do this weekend's training, we're going to talk about packaging your story, because when it comes to packaging stories, Simon's a past master at it. So we will talk about how you do that and how we make your stories sound absolutely mind-blowing, because you might think that I only made 25 quid last week. Honestly, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. We're going to talk about that. But what we do want to touch on is Brandon's incentive. Now, tonight I had to put something together that we could explain it to our prospects and let our prospects know there's an incentive. But I can't complicate it. I can't go into the detail. When Brandon explained it last night, he went into the mechanics of how it works and everything else. But guys, seriously, introduce 3 people in 1 week and Brandon will give you $100. We're doing 4 presentations a week. If you can find 1 person a night to watch that presentation, who gets blown away by exciting stories from each and every one of you coming through. And we had 9 testimonials last night. We've had 9 to 10 testimonials each time. And that's what I always want to aim for. I want to try and get to 10 testimonials. And I would like to see different faces. I'd like to think if a guy comes on today and doesn't join today and still needs to think about it, that you can turn around to them and say, well, come back on tomorrow because you're going to see some different people. That would be exciting, because then they know it's not the same person time and time again. They know it really is live. This isn't a recording. Yeah, this is live people, and they're getting results, and lots of them are getting results. So with Brandon's incentive, you've only got to find 3 people in a 7-day period. And he didn't say Monday to Friday, he said a 7-day period. Yeah, so that could be Tuesday to Tuesday or Friday to Friday. But find 3 people in 7 days and Brandon will give you another $100. And he said, if you find 6 people, he'll give you $200. For every 3 people that you find in a 7-day period, he will give you another $100. Now, if you were listening to tonight's call, then you heard me say when I first got started, and Simon's my witness, Simon counted the hours. It took me 11 hours to find 12 people. You know, that's $400 if we did that. Now, I went through all of my list ages and ages ago. I went through everyone. But on that first day, I sent 200 messages out. This weekend, Dave Bailey was sending messages through to Simon saying he'd sent 400 invites for the business. And I know Dave's been signing people up. Jamie sent 200 invites out for the Sunday night's presentation. And I know Jamie's got people that are just tipping on the edge of tipping over right now. People that are putting in those kind of efforts, they're the ones that are going to benefit from it. And now you don't necessarily have to live on your computer like Dave and Jamie does, but it's a question of just putting that bit more effort in, because really, just as Brandon said last night, most people in network marketing right now are thinking, well, Christmas is coming, you know, let's think about Christmas lights and, you know, the holiday ahead's going on, and they're thinking about parties and everything else. If you turn the heat up right now and you talk to as many people as you can, first and foremost, we've got something that most other companies don't have, because we pay people every Friday. Katie hit P600 last week. When Katie hit P600, that means for the next month, Katie gets, there's 5 Mondays in this month. And if you don't know about the pay plan, the way it works, when there are 5 Mondays in the month, you get your pay divided by 5 weeks instead of 4. So Katie gets $120 a week for the next 5 weeks. But either way, she's still going to get $600 this month, and it's going to come in $600, which is just around about 500 quid in time for Christmas. But it's actually going to be in her bank for Christmas. She's got that to spend. You can get started today. There are so many people that have come in and hit P600 on day one. You could actually have 600 in your hand before Christmas. And then on top of that, of course, you'd have Brandon's bonuses. And then on top of that, you'd have the $25 for everyone that you sign up from the company. So that actually take it to over $1,000 before Christmas, even if you were starting tonight. How many people could use an extra grand for Christmas? It's like it's a no-brainer. But literally, if you can help people like that, and you can help people to make some extra money, even if you only help them to make £200 by Christmas, an extra 200 quid by Christmas could mean the difference between a crap Christmas and a nice Christmas for people. So that's what we've got to share. So I want to talk about the train the trainers that we're going to do on Saturday. And this was something that you asked us to do, because we talked last week about the idea of you guys helping us doing these presentations with me as I'm doing these presentations every night. Some of you guys doing them as well, so that you actually get to get your face in front of people, because if you want to rank up and if you're serious about hitting chairman, it will help you tremendously to have you as being the person who's doing the presentation. It gives you credibility to your prospects when they see you being the person that's talking to everyone else. So this weekend, we're going to show you how to do it. And we're going to do some training this weekend that is nothing like any training that you've seen us do before. And it's not going to be, this is how you post on Facebook. And it's not going to be, you know, this is how you set this up or whatever. This is going to be the real conceptual stuff that will make a world of difference for you. Yes, we're going to tell you about how you structure a story that sells. We're going to talk to you about how to share stories that sell. Yes, we will tell you how to go through the process of doing the presentation, and anyone that wants to do a presentation after that, we will actually give them the slides that we use so you can go through that. But we're going to go through some really detailed training this weekend that's meant to take you to the next level. Now, Simon and I have got a ton of work to do between now and Friday to get all of that content together. But we really want it to be the last training that we do like that. Not that it will be the last training that we will do, but we want it to be, by the time the next training, some of you guys will be saying, well, can I do that bit? And that's what we'd really like to see. We don't want it to be the Simon and Roger show. We'd love to be able to sit back and just watch some of you guys really come forward and move forward and show yourselves to be the leaders that you are, because some of you are already doing the effort behind the scenes. You're running your teams behind the scenes. Well, let's bring you out into the open and let people know just what an amazing job some of you guys are doing, because some of you are just doing it awesomely. So this weekend's training.
Can I just say this?
Yeah.
Rog, can I just say this? This was my guy from India who's been in the industry for 20 years. He was on the presentation tonight, and he just turned around and said, nice presentation with excellent testimonials, short and sweet with high impact. Now, that's from somebody that's just watched it for the first time, who's been around networking for 20 years. So it's like, you know, you guys are doing something right. We just got to make sure we're doing more and more and more and more. I don't understand why people don't sponsor at least one person a week. I'm staggered that. It's like, and I've always said to Roger over the last 15 months, why can't people get there too? And it's all down to one word, and that's belief. It's like, you guys don't believe that you can do it. That's the ones that haven't got their 2 people. Now, some of you are recruiting a stack of people, which is fantastic. There's some of you that's literally just a few people away from P1000. Fantastic. Congratulations, Malcolm. But what I don't understand is why you're not recruiting people every single week. It's got to be either belief. We've now given you a system on how to present the business. So you haven't got to go through all the ins and outs and everything else. Even I, that know every angle of the opportunity, I won't want to do it myself. It's like, I've got a prospect after we've had this call, I'm now going to speak to this guy who used to be in Clean Easy for many, many, many years. And I'm not going to go, I will not go through the presentation with him and explain it to him. No, I'll get him on a Zoom because it's a more professional idea. Plus, he can think, I can do that. It's duplicatable. Everybody needs to know that they can do the same as what they've been introduced to. Otherwise, if I go through an hour or 2 hours with the presentation, your people will not join because they're going to think, oh, bloody hell, have I got to do that? No, we need something easy, simple, and everything else. And when you think that Roger does that presentation, including testimonials, in 15 minutes, that has got to be the best presentation ever. So you guys have got to open the floodgates and you've got to prospect. And you just got to invite. So, you know, you are in the right place at the right time. Some of you are going to have a magnificent Christmas. Some of you are going to have a crap Christmas. But hey, some of you are going to have an okay Christmas. Your choice. You choose which one you want. And I know Roger always laughs at me when I come out with a load.
It's just the way you put things. It's just like,
I know. It's
Christmas.
I know, but you know, my
Let's
wife
just
says,
rub the
"Oh,
nose
you
in it."
can't say that. You can't say that." I frigging can. I
Yeah,
frigging
and you
can,
do.
and I will.
And you
It's
do.
like, yeah, honesty is always the best policy. Gets me in a lot of shit, but it's always the best policy. Yeah. So, but yeah. So we've got a lot of stuff that's going to be coming down the road. A lot of stuff. You just got to hang on to your britches. But yeah, you've got to really prospect.
I'm just looking. He said it gets me in a lot of shit. It's a good job it's not turned 9 o'clock and we're at the watershed. Get along, that's what he'd say then. So,
yeah.
How many of you were on the call with Larry Thompson? Give me a wave. How many of you have seen the call since? See, Daisy's not even waving. She was on the call. She's not paying attention. Give her a slap, Trace. And Katie. So, how many of you seen the video since? Yeah. If you haven't seen it, it's posted in the Winner's Circle. It's posted in the Facebook. It's posted in the Winner's Circle. It's posted in the Phoenix group. Have a look at it, because there's a man who's been in this business for 53 years. He's created a new millionaire every 10 weeks. I mean, seriously, just get your head around that for 1 minute. A new millionaire every 10 weeks for 53 years. And what he says is, keep it simple. He says, Rosie says it, there you go, talk to 10 people a day. That's all you could do, talk to 10 people a day. And he has a real simple tip for doing it. And if you want to know how to talk to 10 people a day, get 10 pennies. Put 10 pennies in one pocket. And every time you talk to someone, you move a penny to the other pocket. And at the end of the day, if you've got any pockets, any pennies left in the first pocket, you need to go and talk to another 2 people. A real simple reminder. Simon and I used to teach that years and years ago. And we haven't said it. But there are simple things that you can do to make sure that you talk to 10 people a day, but talk to 10 people a day. And we don't mean batter 10 people over the head. We mean offer the opportunity to watch a Zoom. That's all you've got to do. It doesn't matter whether they join or not. What matters is whether you get 10 people invited to watch the Zoom. That's all you need to do. If you do that, you will win. But for 53 years, Larry Thompson has taught, keep it simple. And coming up to Larry Thompson's, with the idea of the presentation, the way we've done it, we went back to Larry's way of doing it. Short and simple, and lots of exciting stories from regular people, you guys, regular people, making extraordinary results. Because if you don't think that £60 an hour is an extraordinary result, then you get paid too much in your normal jobs. You're getting extraordinary results. It's just that you haven't got that belief in yourself. That's what we need to do. You believe in yourself, and we need other people believing in you. So that's why we're keeping this simple, and that's why we're going back through it again. And we will. The creed from Simon and I, from this day forth, will always be keep it simple. That will always be the roots, because we've been doing it for 2.5 weeks. And the results we're getting are awesome. You may have seen that I didn't manage to get on the live with Larry last week because my computer went mental and it started sounding like a robot. But Larry wanted me on because of the results that we're getting. So I will be back on this weekend with them. But it's because of the reason he wanted me back on to talk about it was because of the results that you guys are getting. So thank you again for your efforts, because it's getting me to get more time talking with someone who I think can help us tremendously. And the reason I'm doing that call with him is not because I want to be seen with Larry, it's because I want to get Larry to come and do another session with all of us and get everybody on the call. So that's my question for Larry next week. So last thing I want to touch on, and then we're going to wrap it up, but the last thing we need to touch on is rank advances. Katie's hit new ranks, Malcolm's hit new ranks, Bailey's hit new ranks. Lots of you've hit new ranks, and lots of you aren't telling me who's hit new ranks. We want to give you guys some recognition. So can you please, today, if you or someone in your team has moved rank in the last couple of months, can you please tell me in the Phoenix group, and we will give you all the recognition. It's good for all of you. It's good for you to, first of all, get recognized. It's good for your team members to see you moving rank, because it helps your team members believe that there is opportunity here. I mean, the fact is, we've been getting 60s and 70s and 80s on the call for the last week or so, and yet we've got 34 people on here now. The majority of your team aren't seeing this. So when we put the stuff into the Phoenix group and we can show you moving rank, that should hopefully inspire some of them. And when we put it into the Facebook group, and there's a ton of prospects in the Facebook group who still haven't joined, and then all of a sudden they see new people moving out of that moving rank, and they see more new people getting new positions, moving rank, getting paid more money, it gets the idea, it gets the idea across that there is potential there for them to do something. That's what we want to do. We don't want to convince anyone to join. We want to inspire people to join. And some of you have inspirational stories. The effort that Malcolm's put in, the effort that Bailey's put in, the effort that Katie's put in is just mind-blowing. When Jamie first went to P600, worked his socks off to it, put incredible amounts of work in it. We need to make sure that you all get recognition for it. So please tell me who to recognize, and we'll get it done for you. And we'll make sure that we give you all the respect that you deserve for all the efforts that you put in. Simon, anything you want to add?
I just want to say that you guys are really doing a stunning job. And we're really, really pleased with the effort you're putting in. All we want to do is just squeeze an ounce more out of it and just get more people on. I'm going to squeeze an ounce more out of me, because I tell you now, this week, I need to get more people on the Zooms. Because I know towards the end of this year, Julie and I are going to be going abroad to see Fraser for 2.5 weeks. Yeah, 2.5 weeks. Now, I will be taking my laptop and I will be taking my phone, and I know he's got amazing internet over there. So I will not be stopping, but sitting by a pool, trying to text people and message people gets a little bit sort of like confusing.
I'm just thinking,
so
if Fraser,
I need to really.
I'm just thinking with Fraser's internet, does that mean we won't have any lag when we're talking to you? Or you won't freeze?
But can you find somebody else to take the mick out of? Yeah, right. Yeah, no, Fraser's internet is like, I don't know what it goes. I mean, when I go on mine, is like a really good time is like 26. His is like 1,026. Dubai do things differently. But anyway, so I'm going to be going over there for like 2.5 weeks. So I know that I need to hit this big time now before I go, because I know sitting down, we're going around Dubai, doing all the sightseeing and discussing and chatting. I mean, I very rarely see my son and new daughter-in-law very often. So we will be talking and talking and talking. So I will not be on my computer, on my phone, left, right, and center. So I need to make sure I hit it hard now before Christmas. And then so I can sort of like take a bit of time off at Christmas. Yeah, me and taking time off don't really know. We don't get on too well.
Yeah, you were rubbish at that when you went to his wedding.
Yeah, well, I know. But hey,
everyone else went out and you were on the phone to me.
Yeah, I know. But hey, say lovely. But yeah, so the key factor is we're going to give you guys the system. That's the benefit. That's the most important thing. Now, when you prospect people, You need to let your prospects know that we have a step-by-step system to build a phenomenal, significant income. Every person loves the concept of a system. Oh, you got a system? Can I follow the system? Yes, you can. And then people will feel more rest assured. I can do that. You know, it's like, it's a step-by-step process. It really is a step-by-step process. But yeah, as Roger says, we're going to do train the trainers at the end of the week. We do need all you guys who have hit rank in the last 3 months to let us know, because we want to do some major recognition. We want to congratulations.
Yeah, we want to make sure that we recognize you guys right now. And honestly, I right now I can see at least 5 people on here, maybe 6 people on here actually, who should be hitting P1000 by Christmas. So let's get you guys to have a really, really good Christmas. Because if you get P1000 by Christmas, we can have you looking at P5000 by March. And that will be absolutely awesome for you. That's where we want to be right now. So guys, thank you very much for tonight. Tomorrow night, 7:30, get as many people as you can on the call. Let's push hard for it. Tonight's numbers were down a little bit compared to the last couple of nights. See if we can get that back up to the 70s again. You know, I'd love to see it getting to the point where we max that out. Yeah, but get as many people as you can on tomorrow night.
That's interesting. Let's just talk about that for 1 second. Let's just say that we've actually maxed a Zoom out. Do you know what would be really, really special? Would be one of you guys that turns around and says, oh, can I do a Zoom? And you do it, but you might do it at 5:30 or 6 o'clock or whatever to give Roger a break. So we have the 6 o'clock one that you do, then Roger does the 7:30 one. So we get a change, a chop and change. So we're doubling the effort. That will be phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. And do not forget, here's another interesting thing. Right now, for you to do a 3-way with Roger and me, our accessibility is predominantly pretty good. You can get through to us, but give it another year and that might be a little bit different. See, I don't book 3-way calls, not got time to book 3-way calls, because your prospects will let you down in a heartbeat. They don't think that I've rescheduled my whole day or my whole life to fit your call in. So I always take the calls live, but go a year down the road, we might not be able to do that. We might be able to only have to give people windows of when we can do a 3-way call. So now you should use and abuse it. Really rank advance really fast now, because it's easier to do it now than it will be in a year's time.
Is that a delay now? Is that a lag, or have you finished?
No, I was going to say, you've frozen. Are you cold? Because you've frozen.
Yeah, no, I didn't. I just waited. Right, guys. Excellent job tonight. Thank you very much for everything you've done tonight. Can you please put your hands up for testimonials? So we've got testimonials set up early for tomorrow. And when we do the testimonials, keep them short and sweet, because we're trying to cram 10 people's stories into 5 minutes. So we've got to keep them tight. Other than that, let's see you all tomorrow night. And we'll do the Zoom at 7:30, and then Simon and I will then do our live at 8 o'clock, and we'll have a few more laughs.
Everybody unmute yourself. Say goodnight. Everybody unmute yourselves.
Night.
Night, guys. Night.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.